They have a SecUnit. They could probably afford more than one. Better than ours.
Harsh but fair.
Welcome back to the Praemalorum channel. I'm your host, Steve. In this video, we're going to be looking at Murderbot Episode 3 through the lens of security, citing their pros and cons. Let's get started.
Listen, we could send up a beacon and all be out of here right now.
The company would love it if we quit. Oh, it would just prove their theory that free planets can't handle themselves. No, thank you.
Yeah, this is the wrong approach to take. So she has something to prove at the personal level or maybe planetary level or something like that, to where she's potentially putting herself in harm's way to go and do an investigation. Garathan is dead on. Send up a probe, drone, whatever it happens to be. Go investigate first before you put you yourself or your group in harm's way.
Aren't the emergency beacons designed to trigger even if the rest of the comms equipment gets destroyed?
They're supposed to. Equipment failures aren't unknown.
Great. Yeah, but we have you. And you won't fail.
Hopefully not.
That's a lot of faith they're putting in their SecUnit. In the last episode, they didn't trust it at all. They trusted Garathan more than the SecUnit, so I guess he's proven himself trustworthy. And now they're potentially having unrealistic expectations.
Okay, look, I know we agreed to back off, but it feels really weird not treated as a person.
Why would I want that?
You're upsetting it. Here, Auntie, don't annoy me.
Just saying, this practice is disgusting. It's horrible. It's actually slavery. This is no more a machine than Garathan is.
All right, this part of it, you can see in day-to-day life with large language models, even small language models. People develop a personal relationship with their chatbot or whatever it happens to be. Go ahead and do a search. Search for AI psychosis in a relationship and see what pops up. So these things are machines. You may feel attached to them at some point, especially if it protects you, keeps you out of harm's way. Over time, you develop feelings or whatever it happens to be. It's really important to realize these things are machines. Right?
Wait. Why was he going into Mensa's room? Why don't these people lock their doors?
Yeah, why don't you lock your doors? That's what the locks are for. You have something valuable inside and you want to create a space that's controlled, lock the freaking door. So simple. So many people forget about it. They feel so. For example, drive your car up the driveway, get out, you go inside your house. For some reason, people just don't think that people can walk or drive their car up into your driveway and just pull on your door handle and steal your valuables or whatever it happens to be. It's ridiculous. So this is ridiculous as well.
What was he doing in there? Was he spying on Mensa?
Yeah, I mean, this is a good case for insider threat, right? You should only have access to what you need to know at your company and no more. It has so many positive effects. One of them is it removes temptation and curiosity, right? If you have access to something like, I wonder what's in this directory, or let me find out so-and-so's phone number, or whatever it happens to be. So need to know, role-based access controls, monitoring. That's what we need.
I knew he was up to no good. Was he working for the company? Or for another corporate entity? Planting an explosive device so they could kill the crew, take their proprietary data, sell it on the black market, and buy expensive luxury goods for himself, just like bookkeeper Vittermark did in episode 418 of Sanctuary Moon. Oh. He's smelling her pheromones.
Yeah, this has... So sometimes security practitioners will jump to conclusions before they actually find out somebody's motives, intentions, figure out exactly what is valuable to them. So Murderbot just jumped to conclusions and thought he was working for another corporation, or gonna plant a bomb and murder the whole crew, or whatever it happens to be. Dude's just lonely. So I guess he has a crush on the doctor. What's the doctor's name? Mensa? Yeah, Mensa. Ida. There we go. Don't jump to conclusions. Follow the evidence.
The satellite signal just went down. I'm pinging it, but there's no response.
Yeah, so that's not good. So they are using satellites to communicate with their hub, and it just went down. So that should put them on alert that something else might be wrong. Maybe it has to do with satellite distance or their distance away from the hub, but that didn't look planned. So they should prepare.
My job is to protect you from harm.
Yeah, so good. So again, just like the first video, SecUnit Murderbot, despite the name, first and foremost, protection from harm. That's what security practitioners are supposed to do, not live down in the weeds of the assets or the strategic dependencies that your company depends on to create value. Like, so many people live down in the weeds because you have a technologist that their career spanned, let's say, 10, 15, 20 years or something like that, and they got promoted eventually into a security role. So they still focus on those technological details, right? Protection, first and foremost. From what? From harm. So good.
We need to stay economically independent.
Was I supposed to respond to that?
Yeah, so we just found out their motivations from going from Preservation Alliance to whatever planet this is. So they're having some kind of economic problems at home and trying to get money or capability or something to that effect. So that explains why they continuously try and stay on the planet and continuously try and explore. Now we know their motivations. They're financial, which probably ties into some point in survival.
I need to check the munitions.
Okay, yeah. Of course. Thank you.
When the perimeter isn't available to you, you can always check your munitions.
Dr. Mensa, I recommend you land outside the perimeter.
Why?
In case everybody's been eating for lunch. Security protocol.
Nailed it. So inside the perimeter, this goes back to the other video as well. Inside the perimeter are things you can control. When you're entering somebody else's perimeter, probably all of it is going to be outside of your control. The conditions, harm, people, process, products, whatever it happens to be that's in there, out of your control, and therefore could cause harm.
All right. We're landing outside the perimeter.
Yeah, and now since they trust SecUnit more, he's saved them numerous times, put himself in harm's way, and has reiterated it is his job to protect from harm. Actually listening to his advisement. Good stuff.
I'll take one of those bad boys.
Ratty, you haven't had any weapons training. You were fast asleep when we had to do it at Port Free Commerce.
Goes without saying, don't handle weapons without training. Very cool that they were required to have training, though, but not so cool that he was allowed to sleep during his training. So keep those weapons away from him.
Please stay behind me at all times.
Putting himself in harm's way to protect what's most valuable is crew.
Watch out for those crustaceans. Over.
I don't like the looks of them. Over.
Yeah, for this one, not quite sure the capabilities or intent of crustacean alien wildlife on this particular planet. When you're looking at potential threats, you have to look at their capability to actually cause harm. So if they're small and you feel that they could cause harm, just push them out of the way. So the response needs to be proportionate to the threat of harm, which includes capability. So if they're not capable of causing you harm, just ignore them.
It rained yesterday. Mud has hardened. No activity since then. Dr. Menza, it would be better if I went ahead alone. Please.
Yes, all right. We shall wait. Here, yeah.
Roles and responsibilities. So SecUnit Murderbot decided, well, looking at the evidence that nobody had come in or out on this particular path, he's kind of making an assumption that because nobody, maybe this is the only path, not quite sure, and at the same time, he's making an assumption that nobody came in or out due to the rain, and there's no evidence that anybody went in or out. So that potentially means that everything is contained within the habitat, or at least inside the perimeter.
I'm going to blow the door. Or not.
So your actions need to be proportionate to the goal you're trying to achieve. It needs the door opened up. Talking about blasting a hole in it or something like that, and just gonna go ahead and push this door open. Good job, SecUnit. And at the same time, why wasn't the door locked? Probably because everybody's dead and somebody left. Who knows?
How is it?
It's on standby. I should have gone back. Just bailed out and saved my skin. But no, I had to get curious. Please fall back to the hopper immediately.
Yeah, that's good. So we saw him gain access to the habitat, find a down security unit, and the threat assessment module percentage started going up, right? See, SecUnit down, multiple bodies, but he's ignoring the obvious evidence that harm occurred and the perpetrator, the thing or the person that caused the harm might still be there. And he's going to go inside. Poor choice, SecUnit.
What if you need help?
If I need help, you should leave as fast as possible.
SecUnit, I want you to leave there now.
Yeah, that's a good point too, where the security unit in charge of their protection from harm needs their help. It means that he's being overwhelmed. His capability is not enough to even protect himself. And that's one of the reasons why he asked them to stay behind, because if they were there, he might have too many things to protect and wouldn't be able to do his job properly. It's good he's ordering them back to the hopper.
Please go back to the hopper.
SecUnit.
If you don't hear from me within 10 minutes, lift off and go back to Prezog's habitat.
SecUnit. Hello? Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, that's exactly right. The conditions for action, right? So if you don't hear from me in the next 10 minutes, then do this, right? And the same holds true with whatever you're trying to protect, value creation process, the strategic dependencies, whatever it happens to be. If this, then this, right? And everybody knows their roles and responsibilities, stays in their lane, hopefully, and can move on.
but it had taken a lot of damage. And I knew exactly what sequence of moves it was going to make.
That's a really neat fight scene between the two security units, one on the lower end and one on the higher end. Pretty sure we saw that one in the first episode. That was the model that the corporation was trying to sell the I forget the name of the planet, whatever the team is. That was a really cool fight scene. I'm guessing because of a combination of his threat assessment module as well as pre-programmed fight moves and all that other stuff, that's why he could predict all the moves and defeat a superior model. So the predictability portion of it was key for him winning this fight.
Somebody had taken control of this SecUnit.
Oh, that explains that one. So security units aren't supposed to cause harm to humans, and this one has something called a combat override module. Sounds like that could allow them to cause harm to humans. Remote combat override. Remote. I don't know why the word remote popped into my head. I forget what he said. Anyway, sounds like those particular actions weren't inherent to the robot and somebody overrode the instructions. So you should not allow that to happen. Only, again, like we talked about before, administrators who are authenticated, not just by a password, are allowed to do that. And this might be a physical, yeah. So he flipped it over and saw something on the back of the neck. So that means the SecUnit has something physically installed. So physical access to people, process, or products that your value creation process depend on. Physical access is one of the first things that you need to limit access to, right?
Who?
Oh,
Question answered.
well, he had his back turned. So we already fought one robot. It would stand to reason that there might be other robots out there because it was scanning for life. Human. There was no response in his scans for human life, so everybody's dead. He was trying to ping and communicate with the sec units, and one of them got up and they had a fight. It would stand to reason that there are other sec units out there, not just there in the room, that could cause harm. So, bad choice, sec unit. You don't need to lay down your weapon, and you don't need to have your back turned on a doorway. Alright, that wraps up episode 3 of Murderbot. Hope you enjoyed the content and the commentary. If you like the video, please hit like and subscribe. Feel free to leave questions and comments on the video.